All right, got to turn it around now. We've won two at home. We got to go on the road. Big, tough, physical team. Very good defensively. They're gonna, try to bludgeon us down low with their physicality. We'll have a huge challenge grabbing a defensive rebound. So that's going to be a big challenge. Can we get a defensive rebound? Um, can we value the ball on the road and keep our turnover numbers negligible on the road? That'll be a big key as well.
You mentioned defensive rebounding. The last couple of games, it seems like it's been a lot better. I mean, have it gotten to a level that you're comfortable with, or
No, not comfortable. It's been better, but I mean, we're getting ready to play an elite offensive rebounding team. I mean, elite. If we could keep them between, we need to keep them about 37% to give ourselves a chance to win. If we can keep them at 37% of their defensive rebound, of them getting offensive rebounds, that'll give us a pretty fair shot. So, I mean, that's a high number. But it's gotten better. But I mean, Georgia didn't put as much pressure on us as South Carolina is. Um, just some of these teams. Mississippi State's a good. We did a solid job against Mississippi State. Nothing to write home about, but solid. So, look, I mean, I'll be able to better answer that question after Saturday. But I think it's been improved. But we're going to go against the real deal on Saturday. We'll see how it looks.
Yeah, you mentioned their defense.
You're not going to ask about Reese?
I'll, okay, I'll start with that. Just what does James Reese? What does James Reese add to that group? That's
I
my
thought
guy.
you. I thought for sure I'd had that on the bingo card. You were gonna ask a
That's
question about Reese.
that's my guy.
Look, he's a good player. He can make threes. He's a mid-range specialist. I mean, he can make all sorts of stuff in the mid-range. He's from South Carolina. He's done a good job coming back. He was at North Texas last year on their NCAA tournament team, a key part of their NCAA tournament team. So he's a really, really good player. What was your other question? Sorry.
Their defense is top 30, 35 in the country. What do they do well? How aggressive are they?
Well, I mean, you can't reverse the ball. You can't turn the ball. You can't move the ball. They deny. So makes it tough to just get into offense. You can't really run your normal sets against them because they just stay on top of everything and force you to play a lot of one-on-one, and then they're physical, 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 and then they may push you on the drive and they'll push you right into a charge. They got a guy stepping in to take a charge, so it's very difficult to play against, and it can be frustrating as an offensive team to play against it.
With 5 to go, do you start talking big picture, stealing one on the road, that kind of stuff, or is it still game to game?
Game to game, everybody knows it's important. We're 7-6 in the league. They're 6-7, so this is a huge game in terms of the standings in the league, and so our guys are certainly aware of that. We've talked about that, and we hadn't gotten much bigger picture than that at this point. But they know this is a big game for the SEC standings.
I think Bryant's had a couple of really good games against you. What
Yeah,
does
he
he
had
bring?
26 last year. He had 26 last year. He's an offensive rebounding menace. He's a big time lefty driver. He can make a shot. He's been a real problem for us. He may be the best athlete in the SEC. If certainly not the best, he's one of the best, and he's really bothered us the last couple of years. I watched our game from last year, and I mean he had 26 and was all over the place, and so um, he's somebody that we definitely going to have to do a better job on than we've done in the past tomorrow.
Is he similar to Tari a little bit, where he's a very active and
I mean, he's active. I mean, their activity level, they do it a lot differently. Um, their activity levels are similar. I think they play hard. They chase the ball down. They go after the ball. They're ball getters. That would be a main similarity. But they get it done in a little bit different ways.
Kind of speaking on Tari a little bit, mid-season, I think you kind of challenged him to be a little more aggressive at taking it to the rim and being a little more physical. Just how have you liked how his offensive game has grown, I guess,
Well,
over the last couple weeks?
Yeah, he's playing great. He's continuing to play well. He's continuing to work, continuing to put the time in. He's starting to finish with his left hand. He's starting to finish. I felt like some of the ones he misses around the rim could be and ones. He's starting to get in a few more and ones. Um, so he's continuing to play well. He's continuing to grow his game. So he's been tremendous for us. all season, and hopefully he'll finish the season off strong for us. I have no reason to believe he won't, but he's he's continued to get better. He continues to work on his game every day. He's not settling. He's not stopping all the hard work, which is a credit to him. A lot of times when you're getting notoriety, when you're getting good publicity, when things are going well, it's human nature to relax a little bit. And he's as good as I've seen, as mature as I've seen it. Not relaxing, not not you know not giving in to that human nature and that pressure. And it's a total credit to him. And if you do that, he's going to continue to play well.
Yeah, I think you just answered my question, but not eating the cheese mentally, he's as locked in as you want him to be.
Yeah, he's been great. He was over there lifting yesterday, and we walked back together and talked about a couple things. And I mean, his head's in the right spot. He understands, what he needs to do, and he's been really really good. He's handled his business. He's handling his academic business. He's handling his off the court business in terms of recovery and doing what he needs to do there. And so, like I said, that's hard to do for guys that are used to that, and for somebody that's kind of it's a little bit new to. It's even harder to do, and I say that as a total credit to him and his mental makeup and his overall makeup. His mother's done a phenomenal job with him in terms of instilling all that growing up, and it's been really really fun to watch as a coach, and I've been impressed. I've kept thinking a couple times, all right, when am I going to have to step in and make sure he keeps doing what he needs to do and stays disciplined and all that, and I haven't had to do that to this point, and that's incredible. That's about as high a compliment as you can give.
I guess kind of pivoting a little bit, a lot of your former players are blossoming in the NBA right now. I mean, Cam, Trendon, Javante all are on really good runs. Just what can you say about just what that means for the program and just how those guys are playing right now?
Well, I'm happy for all of them. I'm proud of all of them. We all text all the time. Um, we're in group text and individual texts and all that sort of stuff. So pleased with all them. Skylar's actually back right now. He was working out in the gym last night. Look, I mean, those guys are talented players. They're good players. I'd like to think we gave them a little bit of know-how and stick-to-itiveness and some grit and some toughness that allows them to hang around in there and dig their way out. Not all of them are in plush situations. I mean, Watford's done a phenomenal job. Javante's done a phenomenal job. Cam's situation's quite a bit different, but he's got that. I mean, his genetics are just off the charts. To be able to go into Madison Square Garden, I went and ate after our game the other night, after the Georgia game, and it was on at walk-ons where I was eating, and just watching him just go off in the fourth quarter was, when he took that last shot, I said, I knew that. I said, I've seen that. I've seen that 100 times. I know where that thing's going. Y'all might as well start heading for the exits. I mean, it's just incredible. Now he's 19 years old doing that, and that's what I was trying to, you try to explain that to people, and he's got a lot of it. Everybody's got talent. It comes down to makeup, like your mental makeup, and he's got it. That's what I was saying about Tari. Tari's got a lot of that. We got some other guys on our team that have that as well, but that's what makes Cam special. And Trendon and Javante have done great. I mean, Trendon almost had a double-double the other night. He had 9 points, I believe, 10 rebounds. He's playing well. You read the stuff out there. Portland, they love him, and he's found, I think, a really, really good spot, a really, really good niche for them. And so Javante obviously putting up huge numbers and getting the two-way with the Heat, which has great culture and values his toughness and values the things that he does really, 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 really well. And Nas is playing great, and I keep up with all our guys overseas. WAP's actually playing really well. There's a lot of guys, so we take a lot of pride in that, and we're excited for those guys.
How much does getting Fudge back just give you some extra minutes, some options, and kind of get you back to that 7-8
Well, it gives us, we got 10 guys, and we got to find 8 or 9 of them that are ready to play every night. So it just increases your ping pong balls that you can draw the right number. That's the way I look at it. We got 10 guys. We played 10 the other night because of some foul trouble. It's not always going to be that way. I'd prefer to probably play 8 or 9, but it gives us an increase. And some games are better for guys than others. Against A&M, it made sense to play smaller, and you could play Justice and that sort of thing. You go against a big, physical, long, athletic South Carolina team. Fudge probably makes it probably makes a little bit more sense in some areas than some of the other guys. So, hopefully he'll continue to mature, continue to play well, and we can have some consistency. And so it's those guys, the hardest part for those guys is playing on the road. That's where the biggest difference is. A lot of those guys are homebodies. That's just natural for being young kids and rotation guys. They're much better at home, and we need that to carry over to the road and quickly. So hopefully that'll happen on Saturday.
Was that a coach's decision or was that an injury when he missed
What?
those couple of games?
He was injured. I mean, his leg was he didn't practice his leg. I mean, I suppose we could have played him, but his leg was hurt. It's another injury. If they haven't, I don't want to say it. So, all right, we good? All right.